Shalom Israel. First and foremost, all praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Malak Yahushua. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. And Yahushua is the name of his beloved Son, who the world called Jesus Christ, who is the Savior of the nation of Israel. Brother Malachi out of the WFI Detroit camp, right? You got, the brothers here, right? Damn cold. Through the Spirit, man, we're going into various laws, precepts, and understanding, man. Right, so we're going to break it down because we got to know the law in these last days. Right? You got rather the law's done away with. You don't got to keep the law no more. That was 1,000 years ago. Coon Christianity. Hell no, man. We got to keep the laws here in 2022. Right? Real quick, give me Psalms chapter 119, verse 44. Right? Because you got a lot of Uncle Tom, step and fetch, damn playing the flute, damn cornbread, top dancing coons in these last days, man. Right? We cannot be that way. We got to keep the commandments of the Lord. Right? Bring it out, King.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 44.
Right?
So shall I keep thy law continually forever and ever.
What the Bible say?
So shall I keep thy law continually forever and ever.
That's plain upon tables. We have to keep the laws continually forever and ever. So that means in 2022, us as the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we have to keep the laws of the Lord. So we about to go into different laws and understanding that's spoken about in the scriptures. Real quick, get 2nd Esdras chapter 7, verse 20.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, and verse 20.
All right.
For there be many that perish in this life.
May there be many that perish in this life. Everybody is not going to make it, as it states in 2nd Esdras chapter 9, verse 21. The Lord said, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. So you got people on the earth that was born for no damn reason, just to be destroyed by the Lord in these last days. So keep reading on that.
Because they despise the law of God.
They do what?
They despise the law of God.
They say they despise the laws of the Lord. They hate the Most High. We tell brothers stop eating pork, and they acting like we told them jump off a damn bridge, man. And they ready to fight us. They pulling out guns. They pulling out knives. They spitting at us. They trying to damn destroy our posters, trying to take the camera. We had one Eve that was trying to damn take the camera and damn kiss a brother, man. All hell broke loose. You know why? Because they despise the laws of the Lord. She had a damn crack pipe in her hand.
Yeah.
Right? Bring it out.
That is set before them.
And that is set before us. So the law, statutes, and commandments were set before the Israelites. Real quick, get the classic Psalms chapter 147, verse 19.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
See that? He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto the Israelites. So that's who the Lord gave the law, statutes, and commandments to. Real quick, give me Psalms chapter 78 and verse 5.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 78 and verse 5.
Right, the Moabite man, right, real quick, the Moabite man, he wasn't given the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why his ass is over there in Vietnam eating dogs, man. Right, his ass over there eating damn caterpillars on a stick like it's a damn shish kebab, man. Off as hell, right? And they eating damn bat soup, okay? They eating, I mean, we ain't got to get into it, but, right, but they eat a lot of abominable foods. They eat stingrays, they eat shark. I seen one eater might kill a damn shark and eat it, man. Talking about it tastes like chicken. Everything can't taste like chicken in this thing, man.
Right.
Some gotta taste like some gotta taste abominable. Some gotta taste God forsaken, man. You understand? Bring it up.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 78 and verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob.
He said he established a testimony in Jacob. Read on.
And appointed a law in Israel.
And he appointed the law, statutes, and commandments in Israel. See that? So the law, statutes, and commandments were given to us as the nation of people. So we about to go into some diverse laws, some different understandings, and we about to build our people up through the knowledge of the Most High God. So with that, I yield.
Kind of like the brother going into, we got to keep these law, statutes, and commandments, man. Right, plain upon tables. Right, give me the book of Joshua, right, 22:5. Right? Because keeping the commandments is the proof that you love the Most High. Right? Yeah.
It's the book of Joshua, chapter 22 and verse 5.
Right.
But take diligent heed to do the commandment and the law,
Right.
which Moses, the servant of the Lord, charged you.
Right, and this is what Moses charged the Israelites. Right, because the Lord gave the commandments to Moses, right, read?
To love the Lord.
To do what?
To love the Lord.
Right, so you keep these commandments to love the Lord. Right, read on.
Your God. And to walk in all his ways. And to keep his commandments. And to cleave unto him. And to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul.
You see, that's how you properly love the Most High. Right, get the book of Leviticus 26 and 46.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 46.
Right.
These are the statutes and judgments and laws,
Right.
which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel,
Right.
in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
Yeah, so he made these commandments through the Most High made these commandments through his mediator Moses. Right, and he gave them to the children of Israel so we could keep and pass down throughout our generations. These commandments is literally our heritage. Give me that Sirach, right, chapter 17 and 11. These commandments is our heritage, man. Right, black culture is not eating fried chicken, man. Right, it's not sagging your pants, BT, and smoking weed. Right, these commandments in the scriptures is our heritage. Right, bring that up.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 11.
Right.
Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life.
The what?
The law of life.
He gave them the law of life, read.
For inheritance.
For what?
For inheritance.
For a heritage, man. So he gave us a law, statutes, commandments, the law of life for a heritage, man. This is our heritage right here. So why would you forsake that? Give me the book of Deuteronomy 9 and 10, man.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9 and verse 10.
Right.
And the Lord delivered unto me 2 tables of stone.
Right.
Written with the finger of Yahweh.
Written with what?
The finger of Yahweh.
Right, so the command is written directly from the Most High God himself, man. Right, this is the knowledge of the Most High passed down to his people, man. Right, and the nations, they go wonder at that wisdom that we have, man. And say, damn, right, what great nation is this that have laws, man? From the Most High direct. Right, you read it?
And on them was written, according to all the words which Yahweh spake with you in the mount, out of the midst of the fire,
right, in
the day of the assembly.
Right, that's going into Exodus 20, the 10 commandments. The Most High wrote that down, and Moses wrote the remainder of the commandments. Right, you need that in Deuteronomy 31 and 27. And we go read various and different diverse commandments that was written, not 27, it's like it, 31 and verse 24.
Deuteronomy 31 and 24.
Right.
And it came to pass, when Moses had made an end of writing the words of this law in a book, until they were finished.
Right, he wrote all the 613 commandments. Right, read.
That Moses commanded the Levites, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, saying,
right,
take this book of the law,
right,
and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God,
right,
that it may be there for a witness against thee.
You see that? So he said, take this law and put it on the side of the ark of the covenant. So when the Israelites pull it up, they can see the different things that was written. Because it's curses written in the law, man. Right? It's different stipulations to the covenant that we made with the Most High, written within the law. Right? So it's a witness against you once you act, it's on paper, man. So you see, you breaking the commandments. You got to deal with it. All right?
Bring on. Get Exodus chapter 24, verse 8.
Book of Exodus, chapter 24, and verse 8.
Right.
And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people.
See that? So Moses took the blood of this animal and sprinkled it on the people. Right? I believe it was a bison, if I'm not mistaken. Right? So Moses took the blood of this animal, this clean animal, and he sprinkled. Moses didn't take blood, man. I mean, he didn't take the blood of a pig. He didn't take the blood of some damn unclean beast. He took that clean beast. Real quick, hold that in Hebrews chapter 9, verse 16.
Book of Hebrews, chapter 9, and verse 16.
Right?
For where a testament is, there must also of necessity be the death of the testator.
Right.
Testament.
The death of the testator, right? Which consecrates that testament. Which in this case, it will be that blood of that animal. Bring it up.
For a testament is of force after men are dead. Otherwise, it is of no strength at all. while the tester liveth.
Keep reading.
Whereupon neither the first testament was dedicated without blood.
See that? So the first testament, or agreement rather, was dedicated with the blood. We reading about that in Exodus chapter 24. Keep reading.
For when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people,
See that? So Moses spoke all the precepts, gave Israel the understanding, gave them the law, statutes, and commandments, diverse laws. Keep reading.
according to the law, he took the blood of calves and of goats
See, he took the blood of calves, goats, clean beasts. Keep reading.
with water and scarlet wool and hyssop, and sprinkled both the book and all the people, saying, this is the blood of the testament.
This is the what?
This is the blood of the testament.
This is the blood of the testament. Read on.
God, which God hath enjoined unto you.
Which Yahweh hath enjoined unto us. So we entered into that first covenant to keep the commandments of the Lord. We entered into that agreement. The scriptures say you have to perform unto the Lord your oaths. You can't just make a promise to somebody, damn sure not to the Lord, and not perform that promise and that oath. So we entered into a curse because we broke the commandments of the Most High God. And go back to Exodus chapter 24, verse 8.
Book of Exodus, chapter 24, and verse 8.
Right?
And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people.
Hebrews 9:16. He took the blood of calves and goats, sprinkled it upon the Israelites. Actual blood, physical blood, and he sprinkled upon the Israelites. Keep reading.
And said, behold, the blood of the covenant.
What?
The blood of the
Made
covenant,
the blood of the covenant. Read on.
which the Lord hath made with you.
Which have what?
The Lord hath made with you.
Hold on. The Lord didn't make this covenant with all nations. Right? Salaki. Right? The Lord did not make this covenant with the so-called white man, with the East Indians, with the Hamite. Right? The Lord made this covenant with the Israelites. Keep reading, man.
Which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words.
See that? So the Lord made a covenant with the Israelites concerning all these words. So we swore to the Lord that we would keep his commandments. So if blood was shed to consecrate this covenant, if we break this covenant, then blood has to be shed as well. Our blood has to be shed. So that's why we went in slavery, captivity. We getting shot by the so-called white man. We catching hell. We going through all the curses spoken about in Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Because that's the consequence of breaking the commandments of the Most High God. And give me Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 29. It's a blood covenant. What they say, blood in, blood out. Right? Esau do that on the left-hand side. But this is on the right-hand side. Bring it out.
10 verse 9.
Nehemiah 10, 29.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10, and verse 29.
Right?
They clave to their brethren,
It said they clave to their brethren. Read on.
their nobles, and entered into a curse.
They do what?
And entered into a curse.
So we enter into a curse. We enter into that curse. We walk through that door of affliction. We walk through that door of slavery. We walk through that door of hating our brother and killing one another. That's the curse we enter into. Bring it out.
And into an oath to walk in God's law, which was given by Moses, the servant of God.
See that? So these law, statutes, and commandments was given to Moses, and Moses took these commandments and he taught it to the nation of Israel. Just like how we set up to do in today's time. We set up to teach our people the right way. Now give me Sirach chapter 45, verse 17.
The book of Sirach, chapter 45, and verse 17.
Right?
He gave unto him his commandments.
He gave on to Moses his commandments. Read on.
And authority.
And what?
And authority.
And authority. Read on.
In the statutes of judgment.
And the what?
In the statutes of judgment.
So Moses was given authority from the Most High God. So they think Moses, he's just an average man. He didn't do these miracles. You got certain brothers teaching that Moses didn't do those miracles. He didn't walk through the Red Sea. Right? He didn't turn his rod into a serpent. Right? They teaching these things. Because they denounced the miracles that the Lord set up. Bring it out.
That he should teach Jacob the testimony.
He should do what?
He should teach Jacob the testimony.
Jacob represents the Israelites. Right? That represents all Israel. You understand? Bring it out.
And inform Israel in his laws.
See that? So we out here to give our people the information and the law, statutes, and commandments commandments of the Lord. So that's the doctrine, as it states in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 2. You gotta wait, yeah, that's not proper. That's not proper. All y'all do is teach the laws. I better not hear brothers say all y'all do is teach the laws. Brother, that's what we're supposed to do. Of course, we're gonna teach the faith as well. We're gonna have mercy, we're gonna have grace and compassion to our brothers, but at the end of the day, we gotta keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's what we're going into, various laws. We're going into laws that Israel may have not heard before. Right? We're going into laws that you may have heard before, but nonetheless, we gotta keep it. Bring it up.
All right.
I got priesthood.
Verse 18. Strangers conspired together against him and maligned him in the wilderness.
Well, give me, let's go into it.
Well, I got a precept real quick. Go to Sirach 45 and 5.
Sirach 45 and 5.
Right.
He made him to hear his voice and brought him into the dark cloud and gave him commandments before his face, even the law of life and knowledge.
Right, this is the law of life. If you have any trouble, trying to figure out what's the way of life, what is your purpose, where is your heritage, what direction, what walk do you walk down on? Hey, it's the scriptures, right? This is your true path. Go ahead.
That he might teach Jacob his covenant.
His what?
His covenants.
Go ahead.
And Israel his judgments.
Hey, and that's what we're doing today, because there's nothing new under the sun. And the Lord didn't say let this be done for a certain period of time, right? In a sense, only like 400 years, only for 700 years. This is forever, right? Laws, statutes, commandments, they're forever. Laws are intended to be forever. Go ahead.
He exalted Aaron, a holy man like unto him, even his brother of the tribe of Levi, in everlasting covenant.
A what?
In everlasting covenant.
Go ahead.
He made with him and gave him the priesthood among the people. He beautified him with comely ornaments and clothed him with a robe of glory.
So he was decked out, him and his sons, man. And we're going to get into that, Lord willing, right? Time permits. But nevertheless, you had the royal priesthood that was set up and ordained to teach Israel the precepts, the laws, statutes, commandments that they know what's right and what's wrong. So there won't be no excuses. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know. There's going to be no more Numbers 15 and 35 on down situations where they didn't really know what was going on. It's all established now, right? Bring out one more for Root 4:1. Select it, Sirach 24 and 23.
The book of Sirach, chapter 24, and verse 23. All these things are the book of the covenant.
All these things, right? Everything that's found in the 1611, right? And guess what's not found in here? The book of Jubilees. You're not going to find the books of the Wars of the Acts of Solomon's, the hidden mystery love letters of John, the book of Idol. You're not going to find the book of Behemoth. You're not going to find these strange books, man.
The book of Leviathan.
Yeah, you got the damn letters to Leviathan at night. Go ahead.
All these things are the book of the covenant.
This is the book of the covenant.
Right.
What else it say?
Of the Most High God. Even the law.
Even the what?
Even the law.
Ooh, go ahead.
Which Moses commanded for an heritage.
For what?
For an heritage.
Allow me to look up that word heritage real quick. This is the definition. All right.
Yeah, it's funny. Bear with me.
No bang in this thing.
Yeah, don't use Bing, man.
Yeah,
Bing is terrible.
learn my lesson.
All right, this is the definition of a heritage. Property that is or may be inherited, an inheritance, right? Let's look at the synonyms. Birthright, an estate. All right, this is our culture, right? This is what we do. We keep the commandments of the Lord. This is our legacy. You understand? And that's a mighty thing. The scriptures is our legacy. Our culture. Not Islam. Not smelly Islam. We're not Muslims. Right? We're not Buddhists. Or as the brother may say, Buddhism. Alright? This is our legacy. You continue, King.
God. Even the law, which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregations of Jacob.
No. Elam?
Unto the congregations of Jacob.
I must have heard you wrong. Did you see Japheth?
Jacob.
Go ahead.
Faint not to be strong in the Lord.
And he said, faint not to be strong in the Lord. That's how he ended it. and don't faint to be strong in the Lord, man. That's Proverbs 24:10. Can you get that by for sure?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 24, and verse 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
You got a little strength. You gotta build up your strength, man. You gotta go to the store and get the strength. Right? Find these precepts that's gonna build up your strength.
That's right.
You understand? You know? But with that, we can dive into the lesson. Let's go to that precept.
Get Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1.
The book of Leviticus.
So this goes into pretty much the first commandment of the Lord. Don't bow down or worship any God other than the Most High. So let's get Leviticus 26. Now we can go to Exodus the 20th chapter, but no, we're gonna go to Leviticus chapter 26, man. You don't always gotta go to Exodus 20 to explain the laws of the Lord.
That's right.
Bring it out, King.
Leviticus 26 and 1. Ye shall make you no idol.
You shall what?
Ye shall make you no idol.
Hey, what's an idol?
Oh. It could be anything. Things that you, strange gods, something that you put before the Most High, yeah.
That's right. Something that you give your time and devotion to other than the Heavenly Father. Something that you have your mind meditating upon and you kind of giving your strength to. Right? Get Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 3. Anything can be set up as an idol. A phone can be an idol. A book can be an idol.
Your woman.
Right? Your woman can be an idol. Your children can be idols. You can worship your own self. You can set yourself up as an idol. So an idol is really it's a stumbling block. That's what an idol is. A stumbling block. Bring it up, okay?
Proverbs 31 and 3.
You got a point? Come on, let me bring this up first.
Give not thy strength unto women.
Right now, this is talking about actual women, but it's also talking about spiritual women. Right? The spiritual woman represents doctrines, whether that's Islam, Catholicism, Buddhism, right? Different religions and different denominations that's not thus saith the Lord. Right? You got certain cultures where they worship snakes, they worship dogs, they worship rats. Right? A lot of East Indians, they worship rats, man. You know, we can attest to these different things. Right? And you got certain religions and certain cultures, they don't believe in taking showers and baths. So that's part of their so-called culture. That's all in commemoration to their God. Bring it out, Kane.
Nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
See that? So idolatry destroys kings. Check out King Solomon, right? He failed due to going after these other gods. Let's get that in 1 Kings chapter 11. You got a precept, King?
Deuteronomy 4:15.
Oh yeah, bring it up. Yeah, bring it up.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 15. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves.
You gotta take good heed. Right? You can't just let it slip or you kind of looking over it. No, idolatry, that's a serious thing, man. So the Lord said, take good heed. Read on.
For ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord spake unto you.
So when the Lord gave us the commandments, we didn't see a similitude. The Israelites couldn't even go on the top of the mountain. It was only Moses. You understand? So the Lord didn't want us to see a physical appearance of him. Bring it out.
In horror out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves.
Lest ye what?
Lest ye corrupt yourselves.
Lest ye you can corrupt yourself. Read on.
And make you a graven image.
And do what?
And make you a graven image.
And make you a graven image. What is a graven image? Right? Statues, gargoyles, crosses. You know, Jake be wearing a Arabic chains.
They got stones.
Brother, that's folly, man. That's an idol that you wearing.
They got stones now. Say it's a spirit stop. It stops spirits.
Wow.
They ain't gonna stop my spirit.
We about to look it up because we're gonna give you a visual of these different things.
Even artists too, they idolize artists.
Yeah.
They tell you on there. It's gonna tell. It's more on that precept.
Yeah, they idolize Picasso.
Like
What's the other one? Da Vinci.
the Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa, Michelangelo.
Not trying to go off the subject, but you know, with Hey Arnold, when Helga Pataki had a whole shrine of Arnold, that was a true definition of, you know what I'm saying, idolatry.
So this is a gargoyle. This is what they set up as an idol. Right? You got Esau and these different damn butt-naked statues, and Esau is into that. They worship that.
Yeah. They made a TV show.
Hey, well, any damn city you go to, you gonna see statues But damn, if you go to DC, man, it's damn statues of damn butt naked Greeks everywhere, man.
With babies next to them.
Right? You got obelisks, right? The obelisk, that's architecture of Egypt, right? And we all know that the Egyptians, they was into that. The polytheism, the belief of many gods, right? Setting up all these different idols. This is why the Lord told us to abstain from that. Keep reading on to that, King.
The similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female.
Right? The likeness of male or female. Right? So they was doing this in Egypt. So the Lord, he couldn't physically appear to the nation of Israel because they would have took that physical appearance and made an idol out of it. Kind of made a statue, just like they did with the golden calf in Exodus the 32nd chapter. So we was just fresh out of Egypt. So we was fresh into that idolatry. So the Lord said, I'm not going to show you my similitude or my image because you will take that image and make it a corruptible thing, just like they did in Romans the 1st chapter. For example, the damn white man, he took the rainbow and made it a symbol of homosexuality. So you can't give the white man these scriptures because he's going to take it and make it corruptible.
That's right.
Right? There's more on that.
The likeness of any beast that is on the earth.
You got men worshiping beasts, man. Like I say, rats, snakes.
Year of the dog.
Yeah, the Moabites, they got something called the Year of the Dog. What the hell is that, man? The Lord never told us to worship dogs. That's a vile creature.
Yeah, animals.
Real quick, give me Revelation chapter 22 and verse 16. That's madness, man.
Dodo birds.
Revelation.
They worship birds. Right?
Crazy.
They worship pigs, man. They worship rods. Right? I forgot who did that cold cut way back in the day. But you had a whole bunch of Edomites, they was in some kind of cult, and they was worshiping the damn rod. They was kind of dancing around the rod and worshiping it, man.
Right.
A damn rod, man. Madness.
Oh, I
Bring it
remember
up.
that. Yeah.
Revelation 22 and 16. I, Yahweh, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things.
These what?
These things
Right?
in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David.
It's verse 14. Sloppy.
Verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life.
We might have heard this scripture a million times. Blessed are they that do his commandments. And every time you hear it, it's still fresh. Right? You might have heard this scripture 1,001 times, but every time you hear it, it just hit home. Like, man, blessed are they that do his commandments. Bring it out, brother.
And may enter in through the gates into the city.
City of New Jerusalem, breathe on.
For without
For without the commandments are what?
are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Now notice it say dogs, right? Because a dog is a filthy beast, man. That's why the so-called white man loves dogs so much. And Jake like dogs, but not to the level of the so-called white man.
Hey, you're not going to see a Jake with a backpack and a poodle, kind of in the backpack with his head poking out. Hey, Esau didn't take the animals on motorcycle riders.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kiss the dog with the lips, he open his mouth and kind of just have the dog go at him, man.
Yeah.
Turn him mouth into a washing
Yeah,
machine.
well, Jake do it too, but not on the capacity of Esau, man. Because I seen one Jake, he's bugged out, man. Right? Kind of let a dog down, lick all on his face, man. The brother, what the hell are you doing, man? You going off, right? Keep reading. Right? So the scripture say, for without our dogs. So you don't want to be a dog in the truth. You don't want to have the spirit of a dog. So no year of the dog, no year of the rat, no year of the cat. Right? So go back to Leviticus 26 and 1.
Grr, that precept after you.
Leviticus 26 and 1.
Right?
Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image.
Nor graven image. Right? Nor graven image. Right? And this is a graven image to bow down and worship to. Now you got a lot of people that get mad at it, think I'm not supposed to have that depiction of Jesus Christ. Well, that's not Jesus Christ. That's just a physical depiction. Right? We show our people these different things to give you a depiction of how he may have looked. We never once said that's Jesus Christ. Bow down to him and worship this image.
Right, we said that's how he would look.
That's how he would look. If a brother say, that's Jesus, brother, I don't even get nothing else, brother. That's tight, man. No, brother, it's not, man.
Sir, why
It's
you say
a
that?
depiction. Don't be simple. It's a depiction.
You're not supposed to worship Yahweh.
Right? Keep reading.
God.
Let's go.
Neither rear you up a standing image,
What?
neither rear you up a standing
They
image.
neither rear you up a standing image, right? You got these standing statues, these obelisks. Let me look up an obelisk real quick.
It looked like a rod.
Well, it is a rod,
Appreciate you, brother.
right? You got the damn. I mean, it's no end of they idols, man. We could be sitting up here all day naming all the idols of the so-called white man. Time will fail us, because they're into polytheism. What was that word you brought out? Hedoism? Yep. So, obelisk. A stone pillar typically having a square or rectangular cross section and a pyramid top, set up as a monument or landmark.
And that's why they always. Oh, they got that.
So this is an obelisk. Yeah, man. So this is an obelisk right here.
And that's why whenever Esau built something, they always use the word erected. Circa 1985. Why did they use that word?
And this is the Washington Monument.
You know the word erected.
I damn went here when I was a kid, man. They had us damn walk all the way up to the top and damn marvel at it,
And
man.
it looked like a, you know what?
You went to the top?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Right? So they had us kind of worshiping it, man.
Hey, they got kids going to the top of that rock. Hey, this is all wicked, man. You got a valid symbol like this, man. In the public, in the open.
Wow.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, and hey, who ever been to the city, man? These people, they kind of looking at it, they taking pictures, they walking around it, they just want to touch it, right? They want to go up and down, right? They going the hell off, man.
They take pictures like they kind of leaning on it, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, right? So that's a standing, is that not a standing image? That's a standing image. It stands tall, right? They say that's one of the tallest buildings in America, man. Right? So neither really up a standing image. Keep reading over that.
Neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land.
Of what?
Of stone in your land.
And I want to cut this up right here, man. This is talking about Islam, man. This is talking about that filthy, God-forsaken cobblestone, man. I love going to the scripture and cutting up Islam. Right? Let's look up this cobblestone real quick.
Let me bring out this quick precept. Bring out Baruch. This is one precept. Baruch 6 and 3.
Baruch 6 and 3. So when ye be come unto Babylon, ye shall remain there many years,
Right?
and for a long season.
And that's similar to now. We in Babylon for many years and for a long season. It's been a long captivity. Go ahead.
Namely, 7 generations.
Right?
And after that, I will bring you away peaceably from thence. Now shall ye see in Babylon
What are we going to see in Babylon? Go ahead.
gods of silver,
What?
gods of silver,
And what?
and of gold, and of wood, borne upon shoulders,
It's that cross.
which
man.
cause the nations to fear.
Hey, when people see the Statue of Liberty, like, whoa, that's a mighty statue. You kind of step back and kind of, whoa. They kind of lose their mind over these idols, man. You got men worshiping the cobblestone. They get crowded over it. People die. People get trampled over that. Nobody talks about it. They kind of sweep away the body like it's, nighttime on Apollo. Just sweep it away.
Yeah. And they throw it in the trash heap.
Yep.
And they worship Allah.
And then they burn those dead bodies that got trampled over and worship instead of alive.
Yeah. And they,
Something to that effect.
you got it, brother.
It was y'all know that cause stone that's over there by StockX over there at Campus Martians.
Yeah.
You know they always say I want to thank the sneaker guys for this, and basically that cause statue is basically their sneaker guy.
Wouldn't that look like a mouse?
Yeah, the elephant ears, and they got the little kid
That
behind.
look like a demon. I
Pretty
always
much.
thought that looked like a demon.
They call that the sneaker guy?
He's part of the sneaker guys.
That's mad.
Literally, that cause demon. I gotta throw my box of cereal away because it got that cause image on the box of cereal.
So look, you got the cobblestone right here,
Bro.
right? You got the cobblestone, right?
Going off, bro.
Right, oh Shemai. Right, you got this dirty, nasty, abominable, hateful, filthy, disrespectful, God-forsaken, vermin,
Stinky,
odious, perverse, lewd.
musty.
Bring it out.
Just everything. I wish my vocabulary was more up. I had more names for it, man. Right? But this is a nasty cobblestone, and we don't deal with it.
right.
Right, so the Lord said, don't set up any image of stone in your land.
Right.
Give me Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 10. I wish I had more words for it, man.
The book of
Atrocious.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13 and verse 10.
Yeah.
Well, miserable are they.
Hey, they miserable, man. You got these Muslims over there in Mecca, they miserable. You got these Muslims in America, they miserable, man. Jake don't want to be a Muslim. I never understood how Jake can damn dye his beard. Come on, he trying to look like the Prophet Muhammad. Right? And they say peace be upon him after they say Muhammad. They always say peace be upon him. It's mad. It's just idolatry, worship, right? Allah. Break it out, man. And it's a lot of your brothers was into that, man. Right? Islam deceived a lot of brothers. Bring it out.
And in dead things is their hope, who call them gods, which are the works of men's hands.
Which are the what?
Which are the works of men's hands.
Which are the works of men's hands. So a man created that cobblestone. I believe that cobblestone was erected in the 7th century.
Wow.
You understand? So a man created that.
Right.
They say that's. What do they say that cobblestone came from?
Abraham.
So Abraham just erected a big ass cobblestone in Mecca.
They say him and Ishmael made it.
That's folly, man. Well, what account is that? Show me in Genesis 17, 18, 19, 20. What account did Ishmael create a cobblestone? It's not in there. Furthermore, the covenant was not established with Ishmael. Right? Now give me Genesis chapter 17, verse 19 real quick. Let's slaughter that Islam doctrine.
I got nothing more after you.
The book of Genesis,
Quick.
chapter 17 and verse 19.
Crush these idols.
And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him
So the covenant was established with Isaac. Read on.
for an everlasting covenant.
No, for some time.
For an everlasting covenant.
Seasonal.
Everlasting covenant.
7 weeks.
Everlasting covenant.
Right?
Well, everlasting covenant. You got it.
And with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael,
As for Ishmael, the Arab, read on.
I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation.
That's all. That's all. It don't say nothing about, I'm going to give him a cobblestone, he's going to go into this Islam thing, he's going to worship his own God. It don't say that, man. It just say, look, you're going to get 12 princes, and you're going to become a fruitful and blessed nation. Right? That's not saying they're going to receive salvation. That's just saying they got the blessing of being fruitful and multiplying. But the covenant was established with the children of Israel. So, again, no dealing with Islam. One more. Let's get Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. And we putting a focal point on Islam. This is to all the idols. Right? Time will fail us if we sit up here going into all the idols. Right? The point of this lesson is various laws. So we got to touch on different laws. Let's just slaughter these idols. Let's get Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. Then we're going to go to another law.
Class.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 18. What profiteth the graven image, that the maker thereof hath graven it?
They made it. Someone made the cobblestone, and it wasn't Abraham. Right?
The molten image, and a teacher of lies.
And they what?
And a teacher of lies.
Islam is a lie. Islam has over 218 contradictions in it. Right? Within the Quran. Right? Say you could beat your wife. I believe that's Surah 434.
Yep, 434, right?
Right? They tell you that, well, they actually tell you that the children of Israel are God's chosen people. That's in
Surah chapter 2,
122.
122, yeah.
Right? So we got the cuts. We know about your Islam, Ishmael.
I got a precept.
Bring it up.
Psalms 96, verse 4.
Trumpet voice, you can bring it out.
All right. In the book of Psalms, chapter 96, verse 4, and it reads, For the Lord is great, and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens.
That's the classic precept right there. all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Right? So the gods or the nations rather, they worship gods of idols. They worship the sun, they worship the moon, the stars, the host thereof.
That's right.
Keep reading, brother. Habakkuk.
Habakkuk 2:18. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein, to make dumb idols.
To make what?
To make dumb idols.
To make dumb ass idols. Read on.
Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, and to the dumb stone,
To the dumb ass stone. Read on.
arise, it shall teach.
So a damn stone is not going to arise and teach you the breakdowns. Brother, if you think a stone is going to teach you the breakdowns, sit on a 3 to 4 hour council with you, bear your burdens. If you think a stone is going to do that, brother, you need a damn psych evaluation, man.
Hell yeah.
You need help, brother. You may have Deuteronomy 28 syndrome. Right? So real quick, this Deuteronomy 4:15. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire. Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male and female. Let's go to verse 19. And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the heaven. So it was appointed for the nations to worship those different things, not the children of Israel. So you got Elon, they worship the sun, they worship the moon. You just got, it's like you have Moab who erected a fake sun. So it's two suns in China right now. Right? And when that sun was going up, you see when that sun went up, they, oh my God, it was bugging out. It was screaming. Right? They was there screaming, right? Oh, hell was breaking loose because that sun got erected in the sky. So they literally worship the sun, man.
Damn despicable.
Madness.
Fake son.
Goddamn despicable.
Right? Hey, a lot of our people got into that in the ancient world. King Manasseh. Right? We read 2 Chronicles 33. Right. But he repented in the prayer of Manasseh. All praise to the Most High. So you can't hold him to that.
God, you can't. That's going off. Go to Leviticus 5:1.
Yep.
Right.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 5 and verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
And that's the spirit, right? And that's playing upon tables. If you see your brother in wrong, you gotta get him. You have to make that announcement, right? That's showing love, so that the whole land won't be polluted. Bring out just one precept, 2 Samuel 12:7. All right, we're gonna get one account.
It's the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12 and verse 7. And Nathan said to David,
Right? Nathan said to David, go ahead.
Thou art the man.
He said, thou art that man. Right? Nathan is pretty much getting on David, right, through a parable, right, through an example. All right, now that's the spirit. So start up a little too. Start up verse 3.
2 Samuel 12 and 3. But the poor man had nothing.
Start up one slide here.
Verse 1. And the Lord sent Nathan unto David, and he came unto him, and said unto him, there were two men in one city, the one rich and the one poor, and the other poor. The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing, save one little ewe lamb, which he had bought and nourished up, and it grew up together with him and with his children. It did eat of his own meat, and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter. And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock, and of his own herd, to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him, but took the poor man's lamb, and dressed it for the man that was come to him.
He took that poor man's lamb, go ahead.
And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man.
Because he knew it was wrong.
And he said to Nathan, as the Lord liveth, the man that hath done this thing shall surely die. And he shall restore the land fourfold, because he did this thing, and because he had no pity. And Nathan said to David,
And this is righteous God. Go ahead.
thou art the man.
He said, thou art that man. And I believe it's the exclamation mark next to it. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, God of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul. And I gave thee thy master's house, and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel.
He had it all. He had the world, somebody say. Go ahead.
And of Judah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things. Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of the Lord to do evil in his sight? Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife.
See, that's wicked. That's off. Like, you can go back to Leviticus 5 and 1.
And that's adultery.
That's right.
Right? That's in Leviticus 20 and 10.
21, 5.
No, not 21 and 5.
Leviticus 5 and 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
See, and that's the account of Nathan, right? Again on David. Let him know you're going off. You're in sin. And that's playing upon tables. So that's something Israel has to apply to their life as well.
Get to know your brother, and that falls in line of no respect of persons.
Get that mic. You was done?
I got a precept to go into that, then I got another law. Galatians chapter 2, verse number 11.
Galatians 2 and 11.
Right?
But when Peter was come to Antioch,
Right?
I withstood him to the face,
Hey, so Paul withstood Peter to the face, right?
because he was to be blamed.
Right, so that's going into getting on your brother. That's actually a law. And we go get another law. Get Deuteronomy 24 and 10.
Deuteronomy chapter 24 and verse 10.
Right?
When thou dost lend thy brother anything,
Right, if you lend unto your brother, right?
thou shalt not go into his house to fetch his pledge.
Right, so you can't be all up in your brother's face every second. Like, brother, remember that $10 I gave you, brother? I gave you $10 last week. You gonna pay me back, brother? You gonna pay me back? You all in this house, man. Like, hey, man, you kind of taking the $10 out this damn drawer. And you can't do that, man. Right, Rick?
Thou shalt stand abroad, and the man to whom thou dost lend shall bring out the pledge abroad unto thee.
Right, so you gotta, stand abroad, right, and let him bring the pledge unto you. Because at the end of the day, if he defrauds you, then that's on him, man. Like, but you can't be all in his face. God, hey, remember, you said you was gonna pay me back, man, at $20. Where it's at, man? But you can't do that, man. Right, give me the book of Sirach, chapter 20, verse 15.
Real quick, we seen that before, man. And we seen situations like that before.
That's a loan shark spirit. Where's my money?
Yeah, eat damn sitting outside your porch. I remember seeing that coming up, man. Right? Eat damn sitting outside your porch. Damn, where the money at?
Tapping his foot.
Damn, dog, where the money at? Right? Hey,
Big worm spirit.
yeah, that big worm spirit, man. That bullying spirit.
You can't
Knocking
go
on
in
your
that
door
spirit.
every damn 30 minutes. He come knocking on your door.
You can't do that, man.
That remind me of that one movie. What was that movie where he spilled that milk on him? He came out the corner store drinking milk, and the other dude was like,
ATL?
that's what, yeah.
Little Big Brother.
Moving down spirit.
He said, "Boo! Just spilled the damn milk." He said, "Where the money at, boy?"
Yeah, you
He
can't
said,
do
"This
that.
grown
Man.
man business."
That big worm spirit, man.
You
Right,
put
bring it
it
up.
up in the parking lot.
Sirach chapter 20 and verse 15.
Right?
He giveth little and upbraideth much.
Right?
He openeth his mouth like a cry.
Right?
Today he lendeth,
Right, today he lendeth,
and tomorrow will he ask it again.
right?
Such an one is to be hated of God.
Right, hated of who?
Hated of God
Read.
and man.
Right, anybody that hate that, man. Like, hold up, man. I said I got you next week. He asked you the next day. Like, I just gave you that 20. I need that 20 back. Like, hold up, bro. Like, I said I got you Friday. You can't move in that spirit, man.
As soon as the sun sets, it's the next day. I got rid of my money.
Your brother wait until the damn sunset. And all you hear,
20, Brian.
It's all right, 29 and 4. Yeah, man. Yeah, you can't move in that spirit. Again, because if a brother, you know, if he defrauds you, then hey, it is what it is. You know, you gotta chalk it up to the game, keep it moving, and the Lord will pay you back, man. All right, so bring that up.
Brother, talking about let me go to the bank with you. That brother, we go together.
Yeah, that's off,
That's
man.
off, man.
Let me see your bank account.
Right? What time you going to the bank?
What time your direct
I
deposit?
go with you.
As soon as the day comes, he said he was gonna pay you. He send you a text at 12:01 a.m. Like, yeah, so
Got it yet?
make sure you got it. Hey, hold up, brother. Like, you can't move in that spirit. Because literally, you know, you would get somebody an ox or something back in the day, right? And then they kind of open up the damn barn and kind of just take the ox. You know, like, hold, like, what are you doing? Right, you can't do that, man.
What
So
time
bring
your
that
direct
up.
deposit
This
is?
was me.
Yeah, what time your direct deposit hit? They hit you at 6 in the morning and say, I looked up the bank. I know you bank with PNC. The direct deposit hits at 6 a.m. Where the money at?
You ain't borrowed no more money from me.
That's madness.
Why you
All right, bring it up.
You might not get.
Verse 16.
That's wicked.
The fool saith, I have no friends.
Now go to 29 and 4. It's all right, 29 and 4.
Sirach, chapter 29, and verse 4.
That's literally a commandment to do this. All right, bring it up.
Many, when a thing was lent them,
Right,
reckoned it to be found,
right.
and put them to trouble that helped them.
And many people do that, man. When you lend money to them, hey, they give you trouble getting it back, man. But that's okay, man. Like, that's okay. You can't move in the spirit of, you know, shaking them up, man. Trying to get that damn money, trying to flip them upside down and shake them so his damn quarters fall out of his pocket. All right, read.
Till he have received, he will kiss a man's hand.
Right, that's how they be, man. Right, they be all, you know, ass kissing, man. Talking about he'll kiss a man's hands till he receive your money. Right, read.
That's hell, bro.
And for his neighbor's money, he will speak submissively.
Right, he'll speak all submissively, like what's going on, my Lord, out of wine, right?
You
Read.
look mighty today.
Right, that's a mighty Dietary you got, all right?
You know I love you.
And you know I love you, all right? That's a mighty Dietary. Can you lend me $5? Right, that's off, man. Right, read.
But when he shall repay,
Right, when it's time for him to repay, read.
he will prolong the
He
time.
will prolong the time, right? He gonna say, I got you next week, man. Something happened with my check. Come next week, you know what? You gotta give me the next month,
Salty spirit.
right? Read.
And return words of grief.
Now he's gonna be returning words of grief, right? He was speaking sweet, submit. Now he's speaking kind of mad. Like, what do you keep asking me for that week $20 for, man? It's only $20. But hey, it wasn't only $20 when I gave it, right? Read.
And complain of the time.
He gonna complain at the time. But guess what? You still can't take a brother like that and still go in his house or beg him for the money. Hey, you can't do that, man. Right? That's literally in the law that you can't do that. But you got many men that move like this.
Asking his wife for money.
You also not
Your
supposed to
husband
be
get
a
home yet?
beggar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that falls in line of begging. That's against the law too.
Right, so if a brother, you know, if he ain't got it, he ain't got it. You know, the Most High, he'll repay you, man. So you ain't got to worry about it. Let me get one more. Get Sirach, chapter 12, verse number 2.
Sirach 12:2.
Right,
Do good to the godly man,
right.
and thou shalt find a recompense.
Right, you're going to get a recompense if you do good to your brother, right, Reed?
And if not from him,
Right, if you want to play around, I'll give you the money, whatever the case may be, Reed.
yet from the Most High.
Yet from the Most High, man. So you got to trust in the Lord, man. Right, the Lord got you. So you don't lend to brothers what you don't have, number one. Right, give me that in Sirach 8. Right, Sirach chapter 8 and verse 12. Right, so you don't lend what you don't got, number one. So if you got the $20 to give, then give it. And expect to lose it, man. Don't even expect it back. Because again, you can't keep begging for money back, and you don't want to do that. Right? You got some brothers, they get their last $20, man. Right? Knowing they need that thing to pay their rent. And you trusting in this brother, and he never give it back, man.
Real quick. Hey, some brothers, they give you their last $20 and they just deal with it. Hey brother, I don't need to get paid back. They just figure it out. You got brothers like that too, man.
Kind of they trust in the Lord.
Because they trust in the Most High. You got genuine brothers like that. But like you said, you got the brother, he give you a last, then he depending on you to pay him back so he can pay his rent. That's just folly.
Right? So get 8 and 12.
Sirach 8 and 12.
Right?
Lend not unto him that is mightier than thyself.
Right?
For if thou lendest him, count it but loss.
Like, you gotta count that a loss, man. Because why would you give money? Like, the brother, he just got his paycheck and he asking you to borrow some money. Why would you give him the, like, what's the point, man? Right? So you see that? So you can't give to him that's mightier than yourself, man. Right? Who actually needs it. Like, it's what this brother needed, right? But this brother actually needed $20, but the brother who did need it asked you first. And now you ain't got $20 for broke. Now you lost that, man. Right? So, you know, you gotta be careful who you lend to in this thing as well. But when you do lend, can't beg for that back. That's in the law.
Right.
You can do income increase on that.
Get Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 9. Let's just go into it.
Yeah, get usury. Right? That verse laws. Bring that up.
Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 9.
Right?
Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and thine eye be evil against thy poor brother.
So you don't want to have an evil eye towards your brother, who's a servant. He may serve you, work in your storehouse, shear your cattle, all right, feed your maidens, whatever the case may be. He's a servant. But in that 7th year, you have to let him go. Unless he want to stay with you, unless he want to be your servant, and you put an awe through his ear, he's your servant for the rest of his life. But if this man wants to leave, then he has the liberty to leave. You can't say, look, you ain't going nowhere. Right? And then you kind of grab him up, choke him the hell out, and put an awe through his ear. Now you,
Like he was trying to do to Jacob.
yeah, now you're going off, man. Yeah, like Laban he was finessing Jacob, man. But through the spirit of the Lord, Jacob got out of that situation.
That's right.
Right? But Laban, he wanted Jacob to work for him his whole damn life, man.
Yeah, he did.
Jacob said, look, I gotta make moves. I gotta get out of this country. Right? Give me my wives and let me get up out of here, man. 14 years he was working for him. And Laban was waxing fat off of Jacob.
That's right.
Right?
Finessing, man.
Changing his wages.
Yeah, he kept changing his wages, man.
Right, which is also against the law.
Bring it up.
Con. And thou givest him naught, and he cry unto the Lord against thee.
He say, thou givest him naught. And he cry unto the Lord against you. Read on.
And it be sin unto thee.
It be what?
It be sin unto thee.
So that can become a sin unto you. You ruling over your brother with rigor. If I hire a brother, I can't rule over him with rigor, man. I can't keep changing his wages. Oh, dog, I ain't paid, bro. I ain't got it right now. I'll give it to you next week. No, because you're really supposed to pay a man at sundown. Y'all got that precept?
Yep, get the book of Deuteronomy 24 and 15. I read it. It says, at his day shalt thou give him his hire.
At his day shalt thou give him his hire. Right? So you put, like, for example, you got DoorDash, Grubhub. Like, you can do fast pay and get paid that same day. Right? Although they tax you probably like $2, $3. But nonetheless, you get paid that same day of you doing those orders. That's how it was in the ancient world. You work that day, you get paid for that day. Ain't no hole in your wages. JK weekly pay it all hell breaking. Brother, you really supposed to get paid at sundown.
You get a week in a hole. A week in a whole spirit.
I had a job that was 3 weeks in the hole. You know?
Hey, it was better than having a month in the hole.
Yeah.
Wow.
See?
Yeah, so this stuff is, Esau is just a damn tyrant when it comes to his servants.
You gotta die.
A month in the hole.
Now bring this up. A month in the hole. Bring it up. Yo, you read.
Oh, yeah, so like, it says, neither shall the sun go down upon it.
See, neither shall the sun go down upon it. So it can't even be damn 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, here you go. Now you're in sin, man, because you should have gave it to him before sun went down.
Right? And then check this out. It says, for he is poor.
He is what?
He is poor.
He's poor, man. Read on.
And setteth his heart upon it.
See that? He set his heart upon it. He
I
needs
need
that. He needs that money so he can take care of his family. But if you're not giving him his wages, you're starving out his family, man. Now you're a murderer. Now you're a hater of your brother. Now you hate the Lord.
Right? It says, lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, and it be sin unto thee.
And it be sin unto thee. So don't be sinful. Brothers, if y'all got businesses, hey man, do right in your business, man. The spirit of the Lord should be always within your business. Right? You might got a couple brothers that work for you. Don't be a nigga. Right? Pay those brothers before sundown. Man. Right?
You get one more. We get Exodus 22 and 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by me, and shall not be, sorry, thou shalt not be to him as an usurer.
As an usurer. You're going
Right.
to look up that word usurer.
It says, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. Man. Right? So you can't lend as a usurer in this thing. Right? You're lending, that's not lending, man. You're trying to basically you're trying to get a profit off of your brother.
Flipping. That's hustling, man.
Usury is going into interest. Right? Let me get $10. You gotta give me, they ask for $10, you say, you gotta give me 20 back next week. I'll give you 10. That's off. You doubling your money off your brother, man.
But they do that in prison too, man. Right? You get somebody something, the money kind of double every day that you don't pay them back.
It's off.
Well, that's what Esau do.
And interest. That's exactly what Esau do. But honestly, you can't do it to your brother. So they actually not against the law when they do that. But they do it to everybody, even their own people.
Yeah.
Right? Charge interest. 12% interest. But that's wicked, man. But that's the society we live in. You can't do that to your brother. Or you can do that to Esau. Esau at your job, be like, I need $10. Be like, yeah, you gotta give me 30 back. You feel me on the check. And that's righteous, man. Trying to come up on the enemy. But your brother, you can't do that to.
Yeah, so these laws,
Certain laws in the Bible, they discriminate against the heathen, right? And we love it. That's how we know, the Lord chose us. So this is the definition of usury. Now, usury refers to exorbitantly, right? And that word means what? Extremely high, unreasonably high, right? Again, now usury refers to an unreasonably high and illegal high interest rates, right? But of course, it's not illegal when we do it towards the heathen, right? So that's the definition. No usury towards your own people. You ask brother to cut your lawn, he do it. You gonna charge the hell out of him, more than what was really supposed to be given.
Yeah, you say, okay, $100 to cut my lawn, right? And then the brother cut it, and then when he come back up to you for the $100, you say, well, it's $150 now, because the sun went down, so it's $150 now, it's extra now. What you ain't say that at first, man. Hey, a lot of Edomites do that. Or you would do a job, and then it's something different, man. Right? Or they hire you, and they might hire you for a certain position, then they got you doing something else different.
Yeah,
They kind of finesse you. Right? And then you say, well, I thought I was doing this. Well, you gotta do this too.
my old job. Real quick, I was working in a so-called restaurant, and it was saying, you gotta do X, Y, and Z. And then something else happened, I can't get into it. Hey, long story short, an elderly person got jammed up, got put in this situation, and so you gotta help him out. I said, that's not my job description. Or else I'd be getting paid different. Esau always try to get over me, man. I said, I'm not doing that. And they said, okay. And they found somebody else.
Yeah, this is what they do, man. You got it, brother.
I got a precept, Psalms 15 and 5, and I got a point too. Because it's not always you being a user. Sometimes somebody can be a user on you.
Yeah.
Like, say for instance, my sister, she used to try to borrow money from me. She'd be like, give me 20, I'll give you 40 back when I get it. Well, I can't do that.
Right. Yeah, you be doing that.
Exactly. Yeah, Jake do that.
It sounds sweet, but I ain't about to do that. 'Cause I know it's
That's off, man. Right? If somebody whatever the case may be, you give that person the amount of money that they gave you, whatever the case may be. You got it.
I told my uncle about that, and also all things that be done in writing. And after that, he tried to tell me, that's in Islam too. I said, no, it's not. You just started doing that when you brought it out. Right. So this law is deep, man.
Psalms 15 and 5.
Whenever we do any type of transaction, he's always say, bring out a piece of paper, kind of bring it out, kind of write his name, I'm gonna have to write mine.
Hey, man, I knew a brother, right? I knew a brother, right? He worked construction. He worked construction, you know, fixing roofs, home improvement, things of that nature. So he would, he one time he willfully cracked the elder roof just to charge them extra. He said, look, your roof need to get fixed.
Car mechanics.
Yeah, so he was into that. I'm not gonna get into his name things, but look, he was into that, man. Right? He jammed up their roof and said, well, your roof is, something's going on with your roof, so I'm gonna need an extra $2,500. Damn. Wow. And then he just kind of he just throw a big ass number out there and make it seem like, oh, that's really cheap. You go somewhere else, you're gonna be paying more. So just give me the $2,500, because if you go to such and such, you're gonna be paying at least about $9,000. He damn finessing them, man.
You doing that to Jay?
Yes, an elder J.
So what if you do that to Esau? That's right.
Well, you don't want to deal deceitfully though. You know, you can't just willfully crack somebody's roof and deal deceitfully. The scripture speaks against that. You know, but you can tax the hell out of Esau for a situation he's not going on. You know, but that falls in the line of not loving your brother. Right? You got to be charitable. You can't be a greedy pig nigga, man. I did a cold cut on this a while back. Stop being a greedy pig nigga. Right? And I mentioned that example because when I first heard about that, when I heard this brother did that, I was confounded. I said, he do that? He said, yeah, he be doing it. Just getting over on Jake, man. That's what finessing, not really paying his workers. Paying your workers $11 an hour for all this home improvement work. That's what you keep wanting to hire Issachar so you can finesse them, man. You got certain Jakes that I'm gonna hire these Mexicans. And they work for some crumbs. Hey, I keep all the money. Shit. And we know situations like that, man. Then you kind of hire the Mexican and you pay him $7 an hour, man. And you got him doing all the work. He carrying down 20 what it's called, 4x4s on his back, man. And he fixing up the house. He doing all the work. He cleaning up glass. He in the hot sun. He sweating. He down painting the house for $7 an hour, man. But here it is. The person you contracted with, he might have gave you down what? He might have gave you $30,000, man, for that job. But you kind of give your coworkers, all right, look, y'all get 20, y'all get $100 today. Y'all get $100. You might got seven workers. You get all of them $100. That's $700 out of your $30,000 you just got. Bro, that's a finesse.
Yeah. And you know, I did work for my grandfather's, you know, sometimes we had to work on equipment that was already jammed up by Jake, right? By the previous Israelite that I was working on. And they messed it up on purpose so that keep coming back up. We call it nigger rig. They nigger rig. You know, so when they put it in the toilet, they might not caulk it down, so it start leaking. And then that results in the person, the client, kind of calling them like, hey, it's leaking. What can you do?
What's going on?
And they say, all right, I'll come back out there for $50. And then they caulk it, and they only caulk half of it. So they can come back out.
Mechanics do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Mechanics are famous for doing that. I believe a mechanic jammed up my rear truck, man.
Yeah, he
jammed it up, right? It was perfectly fine. So he got his damn hands on it, man. Then he got jammed it up. All hell broke loose, man.
And that happened with a sister I knew. She said she went to the mechanic. And all she wanted was something so simple, so simple. Then, or you know, I can't remember what it was. It was real simple. Something like that.
Yep.
And they said, well, look, we found out this and the third. Now we can do it. Now maybe run about north of 2,500. You know, but we just wanted to announce that to you.
And then they be throwing out big prices, but making it seem like, yeah, you know, just $3,000.
Yeah.
I'll do it for $2,700.
Yeah, that's what I can do it for $3,000.
Then you tell them I'm working on the budget, they're like, what's your budget? They want to know, what's your budget? They literally like this. Well, what's your budget? Then they kind of, hey, well, if you go to such and such, you're going to be paying this, and this price, right? They be kind of shit on the other shop so you can come to them, man.
Hey, low key, I was guilty of, because I knew that they were gonna price gouge me at one time. It wasn't a mechanic store. It was I was dealing with Ishmael, and I used the gift for gab. What I did was, there was a certain item that I wanted, and I talked him down like at least $10. You know what I'm saying? I said, this is all I got. can I please get this? I don't want to leave the store unless I leave with this. You can have this. This is yours. This is all I got, and I needed that. And I walked here to get it.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Go ahead, take it. Go. That was that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how they do, man. Right? They make up their own prices.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You dealing with Moab make up their own. Look, you making up your own prices, man.
And that reminds me of this verse in Proverbs 20 and 14. It is not said to buy it, right? The Bible says it's not that bad, don't worry about it, it's nothing. But when he is going away, then he boasted. Yeah, I got over that nigga. Yeah, it's really 1,400, but I tried for 3,500.
God damn.
That's all. It's not that big of a deal. Said the buyer. But when he's going away, he's boasting.
That's opposite.
That's wicked. Yeah, car mechanics are grimy, man.
Yeah, they off.
They might be next to damn drug dealers, man.
They off.
Right? Because everybody need their car fixed.
You keep
Everybody
coming
need-
back every 3 months.
And guess who they prey on? Women.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely get on over on
Like
women.
they see a woman with no husband. She might got a baby with her. They get to rubbing their hands.
That's off. That's off as hell.
They get to rubbing their hands real fast, man.
Yeah, I told Eve, hey, if you go to Canada, you better take your brother, your cousin,
Your father.
Yeah, your
Take somebody.
Take a male in there, because they gonna try to get over.
And then you gotta, when you go to these mechanic shops, you gotta kind of act like you know what's going on.
You gotta Google
Yeah.
words. You gotta Google some stuff. You know, what's a carburetor? You know, you just gotta make it seem like you know stuff, like you're not putting over.
Yeah.
Hey, certain times I'll say, yeah, I was going here. I was gonna ask my friend who's a mechanic, you know, but I'm going to you instead. You know, just try to make it seem like, you know, I know something.
Yep.
You know.
That's right. Give Proverbs chapter 28, verse 27. Proverbs 28,
You get
27.
that precept, Psalm 15 and 5.
Okay, you bring that up.
Psalm 15 and 5.
Right?
He that putteth not out his money to use
You
it.
gotta start at verse 1.
Verse 1. Who shall abide in thy tabernacle?
Who gonna make it? That's what it's, who gonna make it, man? Bring it up.
Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness and speaketh the truth in his heart.
You gotta speak the truth in your heart. Read on.
He that backbiteth not.
Oh, that's another one. You can't backbite your brother.
God.
Yes, right. He Hold on, man. That's your brother. You here it is. You laboring with this brother.
So he a sucker.
And you call him a chump, man. Bring it up.
And worketh righteousness. Oh, so like, he that backbiteth not with his tongue.
Stop backbiting with your tongue, you double-tongued snake. Right? That's why snakes got double tongues.
That's right.
Because men, they speak one thing but do another. That's a double tongue. Right? They speak, when they're in your face, in your presence, they speak sweetly. But when they go behind your back, they speak harshly. That's a double tongue. Like a snake, like a reptilian, like a damn iguana, man. Like a damn frog, man. It's like a damn scumbag, man.
Damn.
Right? You go up upon your belly.
That's right.
You don't stand 10 toes. You go upon your belly. You're a snake. Bring it up.
A loser.
Nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is contempt.
All right.
But he honoreth them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt and changeth not. He that putteth not out his money to use you,
Stop putting out your money to use. Read on.
nor taketh reward against the innocent.
And you take a reward against the innocent. Right? You got a lot of hitmen out here in this thing. Right? They damn go do a hit so they can receive some money. Then you got enforcers out here. Right? So these things actually take place. But the point is, don't lend out your money for usury.
Yeah.
And then you willfully just giving people money so you can finesse them. You gotta beware of a brother like this. Right? He give you $20. He just giving you money. You don't know why he giving it to you. He just giving you money. And here you go, man. And then next week, oh, you got that 40. You talking about 40? What you talking about? Remember I gave you 20? Yeah, my interest is whatever percentage.
That's what my granddad did.
Right? My interest is 2%.
He knew I was working. He tried to give me $2. At the time, I didn't know. It was like 5 years ago. Just gave me the money. I said, all right, appreciate it. Came up, knocked on, then brought 30. Yeah, what do you mean? Came out of nowhere.
Remember I did this and did that.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what
that's
it said. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, this is why you gotta be aware of taking money from people, man. Especially people you don't know like that.
That's what.
Yeah, if a brother just coming around, he might got on fringes, he might be a decked out brother. He just kind of giving you money. He just give it, hundred there. Keep that for yourself. He say that's for the congregation, but you keep that for yourself. Right? He kind of give you separate dividends. Hey, this for the congregation, this for you, keep it for yourself.
buy something nice.
Right? Buy yourself something nice. Take your wife out.
But yeah, take your wife out.
Right?
Buy your wife some flowers.
The brother just buy you stuff. He pull up with a cup of coffee, just give you some. He down and buy you a bottle. He just, what are you doing, bro? He buying you fringes. He buying you shoes.
Garments.
Hey, that got strings attached for sure, man.
You watch for them, brothers.
You gotta watch for them brothers. He buying your children stuff. Like, hold on. What's going on? Hey, when a person gets just buying your children, you gotta hold on. Unless you got a good rapport with that person, that's different. But if you don't really know a brother like that, he just, what size you doing with, brother? Hey, hold on, brother. I don't know you. That comes with stranger time. All right, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 23:19.
Right? Deuteronomy 23:19.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, and verse 19. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to
Thou
thy
shalt not
brother.
lend upon usury to thy brother. Read on.
Usury of money.
Usury of monteys. Right? Bring it up.
Usury of victuals.
Usury of victuals, which is product. Shoes, clothes. Right? You get a brother give you a pair of shoes, right? And you kind of take them for yourself because he said you could have them. Then he asked for 2 pair of shoes back. What do you do? Well, that's usury. Bring it out, man.
Usury of anything that is lent upon usury.
Hey, that could be a house. Right? That could be a damn clothes, cattle, Bibles, food. Okay, you give a brother give you some food, right? And then the brother requiring a double portion of that food in which he gave you. Hold on, brother. You gave this to me. I'm supposed to give you that portion that you gave to me back. You can't charge me a double portion of that food. Right? You gave a brother gave you some corn. Now he's requiring of you corn and damn potatoes back. And onions. And tomatoes. And an emu lamb on a house. You going off, man.
I got a point.
You got it.
Just to sit there and to even want shit in return, though, to even want things in return, you should be able to be like, oh, if I get this to you, I'm blotting out sins. There you go. Don't pay me back. I want to get to the kingdom.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, in these last days, man, we should be happy to give anybody and everybody anything that acts of it, or even if they don't act of it, we should be able to give it. Because we're trying to get in the kingdom at the end of the day, to get our sins blotted out.
Right.
The kingdom of heaven is so good, just a day in there is better than 1,000. Let me get book of Psalms 83 and 10. Oh, some more? Yeah, go ahead. My bad. Yeah, go ahead. Finish out. My fault.
Verse 20. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury.
Okay, he a stranger, he not my brother. I'm gonna finesse him.
That's
Right? Oh, he Esau. I'm about to destroy his pockets in righteousness. Right? I'm about to finesse him out his socks, man.
That's right.
Bring it out.
But unto thy brother,
On to your brother. My brother Abad. You got the Thunderwar. You got Malak Quadar. Brother Rafa Allah. You're walking on. Kazak. Tazadak.
Yeah.
Say everybody.
Yardan. Gabash. What's your name, brother?
Bar.
Right, brother Gabar.
Bar.
Right? I can't lend upon my brothers for usury, man. That's going off. You understand? So I gotta deal with my brothers righteously. Okay? And that's how we should all deal with each other. When you deal with each other according to the laws, statutes, and commandments, it's no strife and contention. And we all deal with each other according to the morals and the ethics that the Lord set up. Ain't gonna be no strife. Ain't gonna be no hatred. We all on one accord, man.
That's right.
If we all keep the commandments, if we don't commit adultery, if we all keep the commandments of the Lord, we ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Everybody love their neighbor.
Right? If we love our neighbors, if we talk to each other according to Matthew 18, whenever we have an issue or a problem with each other, it's gonna be no strife and contention, man.
God, we family, go get into it, but it's a proper order to go.
And that's right. That's right. We gotta be able to bounce back.
That's right.
The problem with Jake and the world, they get into it with each other and they don't know how to work it out.
They don't go directly to that brother.
They don't think, they think working it out is picking up a gun and working it out. That's what they think working it out
It was
is.
raised by their mother.
Right? They think pulling up on this block and go kidnap his sister or something crazy. They think that's working it out.
Beating them up.
Brother, you making it worse, man.
They're killing them, fighting.
A lot of times that's because Jake got pride issues too, man.
Yeah.
Said this about them niggas disrespecting me on IG. Brother, you got too much pride. Humble down. Nobody give a damn about that.
That's my op.
Right.
Opposition.
I'm the op.
Go back down to the curses, man.
Yeah, and that's the curse. But we showing Israel, if we deal with each other according to the laws, ain't gonna be no strife and contention, man.
The law is perfect.
The law is perfect. Even when we do kind of get into it, we gotta deal with each other according to the laws.
That's right.
You got it.
I was gonna just say, that's a lot of Jakes that was raised by their mothers, because you did have certain Jakes, they get into a fight with a brother,
Yeah.
they shake hands after that.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot, right? Humbly speaking. I used to get into fights, man, and I don't know why I ever did it. I just used to do it, right? I used to kind of get into the fight, right? Then after the fight, I used to kind of dap them up, right? And we was cool afterwards.
That's really kind of in Jake's spirit deep down. Like to deal with your issue and just, you shouldn't really fight him, but still. I mean, this law's on retaliation, you know what I'm saying? Somebody hits you in the face, you hit them in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's why Christ said, turn the other cheek. But in the ancient world, that's how they got down.
That's how real men handle things, man. These guys walking around now, they're not real men. They
shoot.
faggots and homosexuals.
Yeah.
Right? Really homosexuals, man. That's why they so effeminate like that, because they probably down on the down low, man.
That's right.
Right?
Hell yeah.
We gotta deal with
That's
our
true.
brother according to respect, man. You can go up to a brother with respect. You don't gotta be disrespectful to let somebody know how you feel about
That's
it.
right. Like, such and such.
Hey, man, you going off, man. I got a problem and an issue with that. We gotta resolve this issue. How can we resolve this issue?
That's right.
And Jake don't know how to articulate himself either, man. And they not intelligent, so they just want to resort to violence, man. Now you gotta be able to talk things out,
So I
man.
got an issue. What the law say about this and that?
Yeah.
When Jay got an issue with Esau, all of a sudden,
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Sorry, sir.
That's all.
Brian Gumble spirit.
When I see that, I get disgusted.
Yeah.
Yo, yes, sir. No, sir. Right? Well, let it be your brother.
It's up there.
Be the hardest so-called Jake in the hood.
That's true.
Yeah, but this goes to my closing law. Just two precepts. Get Leviticus 22:8.
Leviticus chapter 22 and verse 8.
Right?
That which dieth of itself.
Right. If an animal dies of itself, old age, disease, they kind of got flies around it. Right, read?
Or is torn with beasts.
Right, it got torn up by a beast, like a deer. Right, it's kind of got torn up by a lion. Read?
He shall not eat.
He shall what?
He shall not eat.
Like, it's good for Jacob's trouble, man. You can't see a deer that's been already eaten. You kind of grab it. No, man, you gotta hunt that deer on your own, man.
That was easy.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like, hey, the Lord bless him. No, man. You see a dead deer and you're like, Lord bless him.
Got the hyena spirit.
No, man. You can't do that. That's you're a damn vulture, man. Swooping down from the top.
Say that.
Damn, eating dead animals, man. No, you gotta hunt and kill it a certain way.
I never even seen Esau really do that like that.
You know what? That's
Be amazed.
sick,
I
man.
saw eat roadkill.
Yeah.
I mean,
You got Jake, they eat roadkill, squirrels.
Esau would do that, but a real Esau that's a hunter, he'd tell you not to do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
That's sick.
All right, but get Deuteronomy 14 to 21.
Bring that out.
All right.
Eating that meat, all you taste is damn tire fluid, man. You damn tired. It tastes damn.
Yeah, Jake, they be like, I got me coon tonight. We eating coon tonight. They picked up roadkill. Damn, Jake from down south. Eating rat. First of all, it's a dirty animal. Second of all, it's roadkill. That's like you picking up a deer from the side of the road and saying, good eating. Sick, man. Bring it up.
Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 21.
Right?
Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself.
Again, you can't eat if it dies of itself. Read on.
Thou shalt give it unto the stranger.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt give it unto the stranger.
Right, so in the kingdom, hey, if it dies of itself, you kind of get at to Elon, man. Like, go eat this Moab. You used to this kind of
Guess
stuff.
what? They gonna love it. They gonna say thank you, the water, right? And they gonna kind of put it on the stick and kind of let it rotate.
Right, read.
Like the damn dog.
Let it in thy gates, that he may eat it.
Right? That he may eat it, the damn strangers, right, read?
Or thou mayest sell it unto an alien.
Or you can sell it to them, man. So you can take the stuff that died of itself, and we go sell that to the nations, man. Right? We ain't go eat it, but we go sell it to them. Right? Damn roadkill, man. But damn, that's wicked as hell.
Hey, you always see roadkill here in Michigan, man.
Yeah, read on.
That's man.
You got painted over. Like, read on.
For thou art an holy people.
For what?
For thou art an holy people
And we holy, read.
unto the Lord thy God.
Like, we're holy, man. We can't be dealing with them dead deer, read on.
Thou shalt not see a kid in his mother's milk.
Right, that's going into boiling a baby goat that's basically still on the milk. Right, you can't do that, man. That's off as hell as well. Alright.
Yeah, I got another one though, real quick. Go to Deuteronomy 22 and 8. It's like the 7.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 7.
It's like the start verse 6. That's just landing back off of that one.
God, I'm gonna go to verse 8.
Verse 6. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way in any tree or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young.
Right. You can't be a jerk. Right? You can't be an a-hole. I'm taking one for the sacrifice and another one for this. I want to sell it. Somebody so they can get 22. Yeah,
One for the kids and one for the adults.
yeah, you want to destroy
That's
it.
going off.
Because we know we can't naturally just eat, birds, any type of bird. We can't eat a damn turtle dove. There's certain birds we just can't eat like that, right? But it's also used as, for sacrifices.
Yeah.
You can't take them both and say, "Ha, I got both."
Yeah. And you
You
don't.
collect them like the damn gauntlet.
Yeah. And that can cause that species to go extinct, man. Right. And even Esau, when they deal with hunting, right? Genuine Edomites, when they deal with hunting, when they hunting, kind of in righteousness to a certain extent, they don't, like, when they go fishing, right, they don't just take every fish in the sea, man. Right, it got to be a certain inch. It has to be a certain inch in order for them to take it. Because you don't want to take a baby and kind of destroy the ecosystem, right? And now those fish are extinct, all because you was not hunting according to righteousness. That's why you got to have a hunting license with Esau, man. Because you can't just hunt everything. You damn hunting baby deers. That's going off, man. Right? So it's certain protocol that they have to take and precautions they have to take when they dealing with hunting. Right?
That's why it's saying Proverbs 12 and 10, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. It's cruel to take a damn egg and a dove and a bird. What are you doing? You're a jerk, right? If you take the bird, hey, guess what? The baby will end up hatching, right? It ended up making a way. You take the damn egg, and the mom can make another egg. You take both, you exterminated them. You're moving in the spirit of Esau now. We know Esau, he's not a righteous man that regarded the life of his beast.
So they got, I can't really look it up right now.
Right? Like the brother mentioned earlier in Exodus 23:19, was that the one?
I don't know.
You can't, if the lamb is still, second on the teeth of the mom, you don't want to just take it out. You're done. I get to go in my stomach. That's off, man. You're done. You got enough. No, you gotta get a certain age level,
So
like I saw a video, I think it was like chicken nuggets. It was like slaughtering all the chicken, the baby chicken. Just going to like a machine that's
not supposed to do that.
Yeah, you're gonna get jammed up physically.
Esau, man.
That was a baby. That was on
I ain't eating no
YouTube.
more chicken nuggets. I'm good.
All chicken nuggets.
Not all chicken nuggets, but I think it was like one process place where they was doing it.
They showed the slaughter.
Yeah,
They showed us.
Yeah, I seen that.
Was it for Wendy's?
I'm not sure which one it was for.
So I just saw it. Now let me bring this out. It say, now this is for the state of California. It say the minimum size limit is 24 inches fork length, except that up to 5 fish less than 24 inches fork length may be taken or possessed. Right, so that's the minimum size.
And they catch you with something smaller than that, you got what
Yeah, we fish your ass out of there. You know why? Because hey, you going to destroy the ecosystem. You gonna mess up the fish, man.
You know, when we was in fishing, sometimes Esau, you know, they'll say, well, look, you can only catch a certain amount. And that's somewhat righteous. Because you don't want to take every damn fish. You know, who's going to eat? How you going to make more fish? You know, they actually, you know, open it, they count the fish, make sure you didn't take, you know, over than what's, you know, was stated.
If they catch you.
So that's that law. Let me bring this out. Get Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 8. So let's deal with how to build a house in this thing.
Deuteronomy 22 and 8. When thou buildest a new house.
When thou do what?
Buildest a new house.
When thou buildest a new house. Bring it out.
Then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof.
You gotta make a battlement for your roof, right? And that can be made out of either bar, metal, brass, right? To encircle the roof of your house so nobody don't fall off your roof.
You see it in the modern day builders, when they build it up, before they start building, they build like something on the side of it going all the way up.
Yeah,
And this side
but they
go
take
all
it,
the way
but they
up.
take it down though. See, but you really supposed to leave a battlement up on the roof of your house. When you check out Esau roof, he going off. It's like in a triangular motion or triangular shape rather. And if somebody working on that roof, they can damn slip off, get jammed up. Now that blood is upon your hands because you build your house wrong.
Or that injury you gotta pay for.
Or that injury.
And in construction, you have certain laws and regulations, I forgot who it's set by, that they're required to set a battlement around each level. Right? They have to put some type of tape, which isn't really a battlement, but nevertheless, you know, that's their battlement. Or tape, string, whatever the case is, so people don't just fall through. You know.
This
But
is
they
how
never
we
finish the top. They never put it on the top though.
This is how we build our houses in the ancient world with a battlement. We will always hang out on the roof. Right? That was the thing in Jerusalem.
Hey, even
in
in
the house houses.
when Israel made the game chess, the work got a battlement on it. You know.
So that was our thing, right? Hey, David, dealt with the woman on the roof. You know, that was off, but nonetheless, we always used to hang out on the rooftops. You know, Jake thing. Like Jake love their little balconies. Whenever Jake get a balcony, he can't help it.
Yeah.
Balcony, kind of out there with the homies, right? Chilling. Imagine you got a roof, man. You just on the roof, you chilling. You know, you got the battlement, you seeing all the good. And then, Israel's a beautiful land, man. They got hills, valleys, beaches, crevices, the Mediterranean Sea. So just imagine being on the roof, seeing all these different hills and valleys and cities, and you seeing people go to and fro. You seeing the traffic. That's a hell of a scenery, man. So that's why we always stayed on rooftops.
And my pops is always on the balcony. Every day. Smoking a cigar going off, but we still in the balcony.
That's Jake.
Like I said in the scripture, I said, it's better to do it on the housetop than with a extension board.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
me
I
one.
That's a good one, brother. Yep. And Jake probably was doing that. Kind of out of water. To the roof.
To expound on,
that on the roof now, man.
to expound on how beautiful Jerusalem is, let me get the book of Psalms 84 and 10.
Bring it out.
Weird though, as Jackie always go on the roof, jump off the garage, go on the roof and everything.
I couldn't used to flip up the garage.
Climb out the window on top of the roof.
I used to do that around my old neighborhood, man. We had a roof. Go on top of the roof. Apartment complex. Kind of be on the roof just chilling. Right?
Set it off.
And we couldn't even build our houses, to a certain length, man. We couldn't just go crazy. Goddamn skyscraper all the way up to the I think that's in the law too, man. If I'm not mistaken. Right? I had to find out.
On precept too.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up.
Psalms 84 and 10. For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness.
What it's saying is like, you know, the kingdom of heaven, just a day in there is better than 1,000. You know what I'm saying? It's so good. I'd rather be just a doorkeeper for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Than to be here in this wicked place. That's why we like any moment now push a button.
Yeah, push that button.
Push the button. Cause if the kingdom of heaven is good for just a day,
Got that
Hey
right.
man, push the button, putting.
yeah.
Right?
Got a quick preset.
Push the button, putting on sloppy Joe, man. Destroy this place.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, verse 16.
Go.
Oh, it's more than
Yeah, 22 and 8.
that. Just going into the rooftop.
Nah.
Right, it says, so the people went forth and brought them and made themselves booths, every one upon the roof of his house, and in their courts, and in the courts of the house of God, and in the street of the water gate, and in the street of the gate of Ephraim. So they was building they tents on their roof, man, for the piece of that tabernacle.
Israel, do not keep Feast of Tabernacles on your roof, man. Right? Your roof doesn't have a battlement, brother.
That's right.
That's why we going into it, Deuteronomy 22 and 8. You had Jake to read that. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna outshine all the cats. I'm gonna do something different. Then you keep it on the top of your damn roof, man. Right?
It can be windy. Right.
He trying to sleep on it. He kind of sleeping, slanted because the roof kind of slanted. Brother, you going off, man. You sleeping diagonally, right?
I just came into the truth, you know.
Yeah, he's sleeping on top of the damn point. Come on, bro.
Slide back.
Come on, I gotta be on fire for the Lord. So it has to be, first of all, your roof gotta be a flat surface, and it has to be that battlement on the top.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, when you check out those houses, that's a beautiful house right there, man.
Castle.
Protects you from dying, man.
Yeah, it's like, you got that. Esau, every house you look, it's a damn triangular shape.
It's rare to come across a
Let's show we in captivity because it's pyramid shaped.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like a castle.
That's plain.
How the castle be made, and they got like the little top part.
Yeah.
And a house like this.
That's exactly what it is. Exactly, brother. Right. So 22 and 8 again.
Deuteronomy 22 and 8. When thou buildest a new house.
Hey, you kind of building up your new house. In all things, you got to keep the laws of the Lord, man. When you building up a house, right? When you
Jake got enough money to build a house from the ground up.
Yeah.
Tell the truth, you got that kind of money.
That's true.
Make it a battlement, man.
Yeah, if you're in the truth, you got that kind of money and you want to build a house, brother, you need to read the scriptures on how to build a house. Or you going off.
Have a different type of
You can really rebuke a brother for that. Brother, you built the house, but you ain't put no battlement on it, brother.
I would say you gotta use discernment as well, because Esau is wicked, and he got certain things where they say, oh, that's against certain codes. So when you build up that battlement, they say you gotta tear it down. That's the same way you can't just make up a fence. You gotta actually go to them before you actually put down a fence. Cause you gotta get the blueprint. You gotta make sure you're not going over your neighbor's side.
That's true. Make sure you check out the ordinance. Actually,
Esau is wicked, man.
you never know. Different states and stuff.
Then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof.
Thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof. Again, it could be metal, brass, whatever the case may be, that encircles the roof of your house so nobody doesn't fall off. You understand? Like if you ever been to a mall and you've been on the top level, it has that bar right there, right, to keep you from falling off. Right, so that's a safety and protection kind of thing as well. So you have to build that battlement. That's for defense, right?
That thou bring not blood upon thine house.
That thou bring not blood upon thine house.
If any man fall from thence.
If what?
If any man fall from thence.
See that? So if any man fall from the top of your house, it kind of slip up, right?
Yeah.
Like if somebody try to work on this roof, they might get jammed up in this thing, man. Right? Because it was built by a dirty ass nation, right? And they built it wrongfully.
Right.
So brothers got to be aware of that too, man. So if you into construction, brother, you got to be careful when you working on these roofs, man. Give verse 9.
Bible sweet.
Verse 9. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds.
You got a vineyard, right? You got diverse seeds within a vineyard. You planting your apples next to your oranges. brother, they gonna be all entangled, man. Right? You gonna have a damn
Apple.
orange. Whatever, how the hell you say
Hey, that
that?
could be spiritual.
You gonna have an
too.
apple orange.
Sorry, 26.
They say grapefruit is mixed. I'm not sure.
Broccoli mixed too.
Diverse.
Yeah, that they say,
The
right?
different knowledge.
Don't they say that about grapefruit? They say it's kind of mixed.
Yeah, like an orange and a lemon.
Something like
Orange
that.
and a lemon or something like that. Something.
Right? So things are mixed, right? Keep reading.
Lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled.
And the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. So you don't want to defile your vineyard and defile the fruit. Right? You understand? That's going on. So don't mix seeds in this thing. You mixing the apples with the oranges. You mixing the lemons with the blueberries. Now you got a damn
Lemon berry.
lemon berry. And then you got a new thing. You got a storehouse talking about some lemon berries. Come get your lemon berries.
With no
It
seeds.
might
They
sound kind of dope though.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to sow it without you get. When you go to make a drink or something, you can mix it. But when you sowing it and planting it, you can't mix it.
It's like trying to make a cow horse.
That's weird, man.
And the earth, Israel, they got a lighter.
Israel gotta remember the earth is sensitive. There's a certain way that you plant things. That's why they got lessons on it in so-called college about agriculture. You said you plant this seed next to that seed, they might grow up, intertwine, all hell break loose. Not only that, you should properly set your seed over there and that one over there, just so everything don't get tangled up and messy. You know, it's gonna mess up the growth. You know, and the ground is sensitive. That's a huge thing. That agriculture, know how to plant and till the land. Not everybody could do that. Can't just throw seeds in the ground and just hope for the best. It's a technique to it.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah, you can't be mixing figs with.
They won't grow together. And we know when you plant the seed, it starts to sprout. And when brothers Google it, it sprout. And if it's two seeds are next to each other, you're not gonna grow nothing. They're like, why is nothing growing? I prayed, I fasted.
Unless they the same seed. Now, if they the same seed, you can do
Different
that.
case, yeah.
You know,
Because
because
just make up laws just because I just don't want you to do that.
and Esau do that
It's all
too.
scientific, man.
Esau do that too. Look, Esau do that too with the cattle, man. You got ligers out here, right? Tyans and ligers.
Yeah, that's mad. A liger, yeah, that's mad. I seen that, that's mad.
It kind of died too. It gave up the ghost. It's kind of moving like.
You got peagles, right? Penguins and eagles.
Oh,
Right?
goodness.
It was
That
a
is
frog.
sickening
I seen a
to
frog
say.
and a dog.
Get out.
What?
And it was leap. It kind of leap, and they sell them.
A drug?
Drogs. You got drogs out here.
How did that even?
Esau was mixing stuff. I see on TikTok.
Mixing seeds.
You got pigs and donkeys, punkies.
Humans and
Hey,
horses.
you got human horses.
You know what?
A human horse.
And they're wicked for that because they even put in our cartoons the cat dog.
Cat dog.
That's all.
They wicked for
And
that.
then keep reading on to that.
Kind.
Lest the fruit of thy what?
Lest the fruit, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled.
Now your fruit are defiled. Right? So like your brother go get damn apples, and then he find out it's kind of oranges mingled with it, man. He like, damn, hold on, brother, I thought I was getting apples. And he kind of got to lay it to him, well, brother, you know, I went off, I sowed my seed in diverse land. So you got to do what you slocky, brother. You still going to eat it? You still want it?
I lower the price for you.
You know? That's madness. Keep reading.
Thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together.
Right, thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together. Right, read on.
Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together.
Keep reading.
Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself.
We always go into this. Wear some fringes, man.
Right.
Okay, that's in Numbers 15:32.
Oh, I got a quick point on that too. Right, if you start with wool and then end with cotton, and those two fabrics, you know, they might be worth some. You know, it's like cotton might be worth more, and the other fabric might be worth less. Then you sell it, you know, all hell break loose.
Animal
You know,
fur.
this is kind of wonky. You said what?
Which is animal fur.
Yeah.
Animal fur in the plant, which is
What are
not
some people?
A lot of these man-made fabrics, they don't hold weight. Your body heat. Your body heat. I mean,
It's
But like the cotton is straight. So
Amen. With that, this was diverse laws, precepts, and understanding. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Shalom.
Hey, but that's crazy though.